poor service delivery issues, which the general public is concerned about, will they understand us as Parliament when we are spending 5 billion shillings to go to Gulu, to go to Mbale, to go to Mbarara, and in Central Region? They will not understand, because it does not make sense at all. It is wastage. So as Shadow Cabinet, we have elected that it is problematic for we in the opposition to be part of such an arrangement, because number one, we have not been brought on board. We are kept in the dark. Things are being done very quietly. We do not know. And then number two, this expenditure is difficult for us to explain to the public, to even the people we represent, to tell them that, you see, now, Parliament, which normally sits here where the chambers are, is going to be transported to another region, to another district, to sit, just to sit. And then we come back. And for that sitting, 5 billion shillings is going to be spent. We cannot explain that to our constituents. It is total wastage. And so we are saying, for this which does not make logical, financial sense, it is a problem. We don't want to be part of issues that have concern. You see, the general public has been bashing Parliament, and rightly so, because they hear the theft, grand theft that happens in this institution, in different offices, beginning with the top office in this institution. And then you come out and you're doing such a thing, which is not explainable at all. It doesn't make sense. Now look, there might be some people who would be excited that all members of Parliament have come to meet in Mbarara, in our area, in Mbale, in Gulu, or wherever else. Some people might be excited. But beyond the excitement, then what? Are we not able to sit here and deliberate on issues that are of concern to northern Uganda, to eastern Uganda, to western Uganda, to central Uganda, and then push through to make sure those matters are addressed, as opposed to this issue? So that's why we are making it clear to all and sundry, we don't want to be part of this unexplained process, which we have not been involved in, but also which is a very clear wastage and not justifiable at all. So we thought we should communicate this very critical issue, because we understand the first sitting is going to be towards the end of this month. That will be in Gulu. Then there will be another in Mbarara. There will be another in Mbale, and then Central Region. And we would like for the people to understand, because some people might say, but you're members of Parliament, why don't you go and sit and deliberate on behalf of the people that you represent? That's what we want to do. That's what we are here to do. But we are saying this is beyond just representation. It is wastage. We already have a place where we sit at no cost, because it is here. So this does not make economic sense, even to the people out there. So wanted it to be clear to the public, so that when they don't see us in Gulu, in Mbarara, in Mbale, it's not because we are just boycotting activities of Parliament. We are saying this is wrong. I've written to the Speaker several times, and I've discussed this even in the public, about commission meetings, for example. We should be discussing these matters. Because if I had sat in a meeting that made this decision, I would say, look, instead of spending 5 billion shillings per sitting, let's meet here. And then we push for the allocation of money for some of the concerns in these regions. That would have been my view. But I'm not invited for these meetings. And as I have since discovered, I am not the only one not invited to these meetings. The other day we had an engagement, and the Prime Minister was also concerned. I was shocked that even her, she's not invited to commission meetings. She said, the Right Honourable Robin Anabanja, that she was last invited for a commission meeting in March of last year. Now, she's been part of the commission longer than myself. While me, I'm saying since January meetings happen, I'm not invited. For her, she said she was last invited in March of last year. What are we hiding? Because the Prime Minister leads one side of Parliament, the leader of the opposition leads one side of Parliament. You're keeping us out of these engagements. What are you hiding? What are you trying to do that you don't want us to know? It's a problem, and I'll not stop talking about these issues, because some people might think, but why do you keep, talking about this issue, lamenting about it? Because it's important. I am a member of the commission not by anyone's wish. I am there, duty bound, to play a role there as I was delegated to, and so it's important. And I really want to continuously make this clarion call that this institution of parliament should cease to operate like some informal little structure, like someone's kiosk, because it is not. And that's why we see decisions such as these ones being taken. Now let's go and meet here. We spend this amount of money. Now let's go and do this. Now let's, the other day we saw the speaker donate about $1 billion to Zambia Hospital. That was a good thing. But how was that decision taken? How about Mulago? How about Chirudu? How about Gulu Regional Referral Hospital? How about Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital? And so on and so forth. Whenever we are making allocations during the budget process, in our alternative budget, we were saying, look, can we focus more on healthcare? Can we focus more on education? But people were saying, no, let's give money to Rocco and all of these unexplainables. So that's the challenge when things begin to be run in a very informal way. And we are saying no to that informality. So we'll not keep quiet. We'll keep speaking. And we want the public to come on board so that this ceases to be just a matter of us as shadow cabinet, as the opposition, because it is your money. This 5 billion shillings that is to be spent for each of these sittings, it is your money. Speak out. And I'm glad of late you have seen young people speaking out. They were protesting the other day peacefully. Speak out. Because this is your money. Our duty is to inform you about what's happening, because maybe if we don't inform you, you wouldn't know. And they'll tell you, no, this is just another normal sitting of parliament. No, you need to know how much is going to be spent on this normal sitting of parliament so that you speak out, because this is your money. The money we spend daily seems to be the same as that which will be spent on regional sittings. The difference here is, Mr. Kajubi, is that the money for the regional sittings will be in addition to what we already spend, because we are paid on a monthly basis for the work that we do. But you see, to go to Gulu, to go to Mbarara, there will be extra payment. Per diem, there will be transport and all those logistics, yeah? So that 5 billion is different from that other money which you're quoting. That's why we are opposed to it. We are saying this extra is not necessary. We are already paid to sit here in plenary and deliberate. Let's sit here and deliberate so that people's matters are addressed. So it's not like it's going to be transferred from this budget and, transposed onto the other. It is an extra, and we are saying this extra is not justifiable. I hope that point is clear. Shall we refund the money for per diem when it is sent? You see, Parliament is at least supposed to be very organized. We have an accountability office in this institution. So whether it be a trip inland or out of the country, the money gets to your account. When you do not make it for that trip, because you see, when Parliament moves, or in this case, or a committee, you're supposed to hand in a register of attendance, who attended. If it is an abroad trip, you're meant to hand in boarding passes. But if it is an inland one, there will be an attendance list of the members who attended. So what happens is, that list is given to the accountability office by the technical people. And whoever is not on that list, at the next month's salary, that money is deducted. That's how it's supposed to operate automatically. Yeah, so that one is not a worry at all. If that money is sent to our accounts, we shall not attend, so we shall not be on the attendance list. The Accountability Office of Parliament, which is an office in this building, is supposed to automatically deduct that money from our next month's salary. Automatically. So that should not be a problem at all. Of course, yes, sometimes they can delay, and then member can say, now that they have delayed, let me withdraw and take it back. Yeah? But ideally, that is not even supposed to arise. It is supposed to be an automatic deduction. So that is not a problem at all. Like I'm saying, some things logically, you think about them, and it does not make any logical sense. Because we already have a plenary where we meet. We have committees that should be going out to meet the people. Let me also respond to the question of who are saying, why do you fear to meet the people? But we are always with our people. What do you mean? We always go and meet them. And by the way, in this case, we're not even going to meet the people. Because the 529 MPs will be whichever part of the region, whether in a hotel or in a playfield, but within a tent. It will not be accessed by the area locals. It's not going to be a rally. So no one should lie to you that we are going to meet the people. It is the house. It will be chambers, the way it operates. So strangers are not allowed in chambers. So the speaker makes a proclamation and says, this place is now Parliament of Uganda. So any non-member is a stranger. They are not allowed there. So it is even not true that we are going out there to meet with the people as if it's a rally or some kind of consultative thing. No, that's what committees of parliament do. And we are saying let's empower committees to do that job. You also asked responding to Sona, yet we didn't attend. Yeah, but you see, we made very clear what we are going to stay away from. That doesn't mean that we don't produce an alternative State of the Nation address. In fact, what I presented the other day was not just a response to Mr. Museveni's speech. No, we were saying that this is the true state of our nation. This is the true state of our economy. This is the true state of issues of service delivery, corruption, healthcare, infrastructure, and so on. So it's important. No one can take that away from me just because I did not attend the other sitting. No. We need to tell Ugandans the true state, and that's what we did in our own. It's actually an alternative State of the Nation address. And if you listened, I was not just responding, even though I got a copy of the booklet of his speech, I wasn't just responding to the issues he raised, because there are many other critical issues he didn't talk about. Me, I raised them because, as far as we are concerned, they are part of our state as a nation. So I hope that responds to that. The new building. I have raised this matter severally, and maybe this is an opportunity to raise it again as a red flag. That new parliament building was supposed to be completed. The first time was 2019. They pushed the date 2 years. They keep pushing it ahead. Now, in the meantime, Parliament spends billions of shillings to rent Kingdom, Development House, Queen's Chambers, billions every year to rent. And yet, the building of Parliament should have been completed. Would you blame anyone who imagines that maybe the owners of some of these structures, they are in cahoots with some decision makers to make sure the new building of Parliament does not get completed? Because once that new building gets completed, those people are not in business. We will not be paying the billions we pay to Kingdom every year or to Queen's Chambers, because it is billions every year. So your guess is as good as mine. Perhaps why that new Parliament building has delayed. Because once it is completed, somebody is out of business in terms of billions of shillings. So it is obvious. And like I keep saying, no wonder where these decisions are to be taken, some of us are kept out because they know our stand on some of these things. I don't see why we should be spending billions upon billions of shillings every year to rent, and yet the new chambers of Parliament, the new building of Parliament should have been completed. So it cannot be an excuse of there is no money to finish that building, but you have billions that you're using to rent on an annual basis. How did we determine the 5 billion shillings? I may not attend commission meetings, but I sit in this building called Parliament. So we do get information. But also, if my figure is not accurate, then let the Speaker, which chairs the Parliamentary Commission, come out and tell the nation the true figure, just in case the one I've shared is not the correct one. I think I've thrown the challenge at them because from my sources, this is the figure that I have gotten, because I'm not invited to these meetings, but I have sources that give me information. So the sources have given me this figure of 5 billion shillings. But if the Speaker or anyone wants to say that my figure is not accurate, then let them tell us the accurate figure with the records and documents so that it becomes clear.